step right left to my beat. I like the moon rock with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you 'cause talk is cheap. A side step right left to my beat. Get it, let it roll. Get it, let it roll. Get it, let it roll.
Hello guys and welcome back to the Double A Show. My name is Ajay Singh alongside my co-host.
Hi, I'm Alex Yurkovich.
And today, we're back with another show for the Double A Show. And sorry for the inconvenience for the past 2 weeks. We haven't been here because we've been on vacation. I was camping out in Buena Vista, Colorado and Salida, Colorado with my family and RVing and enjoying that time. So one thing I want to kind of get into is what we do. It is the summertime. What are we doing these days? And so I want to kind of get into some internships that we do. And I'll let Alex take it away.
So yeah, I'm currently doing an internship with Dr. Harlemert. He is a cardiologist. He's a specialist in cardiology at Woodley Health Services. It's in Lebanon, Indiana. So it's kind of on the northwest side of Indianapolis. And so yeah, I think it's pretty cool just seeing what a doctor does on a day-to-day basis and seeing how they do surgeries as well as how they interact with patients. And that's one of the things I get to do is interact with patients, which I think is pretty cool to do.
Yeah, I think that sounds really fun, especially since you're going to go into that field. It's going to be something, a good familiarization over there. So for me, I am interning at my dad's company, MRE Connect. It stands for My Real Estate Connect. And here we basically research any real estate properties in central Indiana area, or in Indiana for that matter, and kind of see what's going on in the market, how we can invest other people's money, and just see how real estate is changing the game. So with that out of the way, that's kind of what we do. We want to go on to some breaking news, which is the new Delta strain for the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So that is something that's just so we were just getting normal, and now that this comes out, how does this make you feel?
They said that the Pfizer vaccine would protect us against the Delta strain, but again, we'll see how that happens. They said that I think they said it originated in India. I think that's correct.
Yes. So the Delta virus did originate from India.
Yeah, and so we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that we are going to be safe. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Pfizer vaccine, if those of you who've had it or have got the vaccine, I think you're going to be safe from this new strain of COVID-19.
Yes, I personally have also gotten the Pfizer vaccine, and I've seen that the Pfizer vaccine is like the most popular one or the most effective one for that matter, according to coronavirus studied companies. And we're kind of seeing this chain of events, right? China, right? That's where the first coronavirus had originated. Now the Delta strain is originating from India, both with extremely high populations. So do you think population kind of plays a factor in when these new airborne viruses are released?
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, it depends on how transmissible the virus is, how contagious it is. I mean, obviously, if you have a huge group of people like in India, it's gonna spread quickly because everyone is so congested into one area and all these different cities in India. So yeah, I think it depends on how contagious this new strain is. Yeah.
Yes. And it all comes down to density population, right? For China, they do have a high population, but also they have a lot of it is kind of scattered out, or trying to control that more, because China first it had the Chinese government had passed a rule where a family can only have one child, but now recently they made it to two. So I think they're probably going to hold on that again because of this virus being airborne. You see that is one of the most worst factors of this. And in India especially, right, when we have 1.2, 1.3, I think close to 1.4 billion people now, when you have that many people in such a closed caption, such a closed area, this Delta strain is going to be terrible. And as I mentioned in previous shows, there was not enough room to burn the dead bodies, that they had to start burning them on the streets. So that is how much of a plague almost it had become in India. But we've kind of come to the time to realize that.
And talking about COVID too, there has been this recent change in the origin of the virus. Before it was deemed as a conspiracy theory, but now it's gaining popularity
And traction.
Yeah, and it hasn't been ruled out. Most scientists say, according to Nature.com from Amy Maxman, she states that most scientists agree that it's from a natural origin, but most scientists haven't ruled out that it was from the lab in Wuhan. And a lot of the information we're seeing from the Chinese government states how they carried their duties and they, of course, presented their own information, but I feel like outside investigators haven't really seen or investigated on their own part. They're just been seeing information coming from China itself, which of course can have its biases.
And while we are the most reliable source, we're just joking there, we do encourage all of our viewers and anyone here to make sure that go outside and do your own research and follow up on exactly what is happening, because not only one source can tell you everything, because there's always different perspectives to any issue, but as you know, new research has led that this did not just come from a bat or someone eating a bat, right? This came from actually a lab, right? And you know, it could possibly be even more than that, but we're not going to be jumping to conclusions there. Next topic is NBA.
NBA, yeah.
So, NBA, okay, so we are now in the conference finals stage right now. At the time of this recording, Clippers were up, Suns were up 2-1, and the Hawks actually played tonight, and the Hawks had stole the first game with Trae Young trailing for, I believe it was 48 points. You know, being a point guard like that and taking up 48 points, that was for sure something we've never seen before, especially from his first Eastern Conference Final appearance. But
how about the Nets, though?
Yes,
that was surprising.
Yes, the Nets lost in the second round against the Bucks. But I gotta say, KD played his heart out. Okay, you know, there's only so much you can ask of a guy, and KD, he went the distance. And people were making the joke where the last shot that he had made, right, that two, he was actually on the 3-point line, and he was a size 17. They say if he were a size 15 or like 2 inches shorter, right, that would have counted as a 3 and tied the game and possibly won the game for them. So that's something that they were talking about. But KD did come in clutch, and you know.
Yeah, he essentially gave it his all. I mean,
gave it his all.
Kyrie Irving was out, Harden was out, and that really puts the stress on
that's your big three. That's your superstars right there. So that was quite difficult to adhere for him. So that's kind of what's happening in the NBA. We'll keep you guys updated, and in the next couple shows, we will have a special guest on here who knows very much about NBA, and we're going to be more than happy to talk to him about it.
He's a big Jason Tatum fan.
Big Jason Tatum fan for you Fishers gang out there. That's kind of a hint. But going on, we want to talk about the Jake Paul and Tyson Woodley fight. Sorry, Tyron Woodley, not Tyson Woodley.
Yeah, Tyron. So yeah. Again, it's another UFC fighter. This guy isn't a boxer, which I don't know why Jake Paul keeps on doing this. The next person he should be fighting is an actual professional boxer to prove that he's an actual professional boxer himself. But again, he's going along that route of chipping at the UFC fighters, which I think is he's trying to get on Dana White's mind, essentially, trying to make him mad for personal reasons, for personal drama he's had against him. Yeah.
And I agree with that. Jake Paul is taking an unorthodox approach to becoming one of the biggest names in boxing. As you can see, he is right now at the current moment 3-0 in professional fights, and what he is doing right now, I kind of understand, because he knows if he goes up a real boxer, it's not going to be that easy for him to win. It's going to be a battle, and if not, he's going to lose. So he's taking these UFC fighters, he's building a name, he's building a repertoire for himself, and while doing that, he knows that one day he'll be at the point where he'll be able to fight a boxer. He's throwing shots at Canelo, he's throwing shots at Floyd Mayweather, which, you know, once again, one of the biggest names in boxing, and you know, you can't just be doing that, but that is one of the things that's kind of happening with Jake Paul right now, and he's taking over.
So I think that's gonna do it for us today.
Actually,
There was one more thing.
Yes. So before we leave, we kind of talk. I want to talk about how arranged marriages are. So Alex and I, we were kind of talking about this and kind of giving a backstory. I am Punjabi. I'm Sikh, right? And as many people in my culture, especially my parents and grandfathers, they all had arranged marriage, and it's kind of something that's frowned upon within American society. Alex, who's born in a traditional American family, right? Christian.
People would deem it as traditional, but again, there is no traditional in America. There's different cultures,
Correct.
Different ethnicities. So again, I personally wouldn't define myself as a traditional American or having the traditional American family.
Yes,
Yeah.
because Alex is of German and Russian origins from his mom and dad's side, and alongside that, arranged marriages, right? Many people have this viewing of arranged marriage as, you're forcing someone to get married, when it actually is that both the groom and bride side have to say yes and they agree, and that that's kind of how it works. And for some people, it's easier. But that's something that we kind of saw how it's different from American society, because like traditional Americans, for example, or it's not really traditional to Americans to do an arranged marriage. It's usually love marriages or of that nature. But many European countries or many East Asian countries, it's very common to have arranged marriages. So we just thought that that's kind of interesting, kind of different within society. And so that's kind of what we want to give a review on.
So yeah, just a little culture topic right there for you guys.
Yes, a little culture topic.
So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us today on this show. I'm your host, Alex Yurkovich.
And I'm your host, Ajay Singh.
And we hope you guys are energized for our next episode. I think
Yes.
We were planning on having some sort of public leader.
Hopefully, if you can get someone in touch with us.
Yeah, we're thinking about contacting them or going to their office on Monday. So
Yes.
we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes, but we'll make sure to keep you guys posted. Please reach out to us if you have any questions, comments, or concerns of any of that nature. If you guys want to be on the show, please let us know so we can schedule you guys. Because the whole point of this is the whole point of this show is to interact with everyone. You don't have to be someone famous or someone well known. If you're someone that isn't that popular or isn't really
we just want to bring on influential members of our community. And
exactly.
Like Ajay said, you don't have to be a popular person. But again, if you have any questions or comments or concerns about that, just DM us on Instagram. It's at the AA Show.
And the description will be in the link, and also our Instagram. So make sure you give us a follow. And thank you for inviting, guys.